Welcome to Directly to You. It's the 170th episode of Directly to You. It's not as nice as 169, but it's still as nice as just nice. It's nice. It's a good show.
Yeah.
It's hosted by me, AJ of fanatixfour, also by Parker. He's also a fanatixfour. You can support both of us and fanatixfour by going to youtube.com/fanatixfour, twitch.tv/fanatixfour, and giving $4.99. Actually, that's not true. If you go to Twitch, because it's September, you get 20% off. So it's but $3.99. Yeah. It's for the cheap in September, dude. September. Also, if you have Amazon Prime, you can link it to your Twitch account, and then you have Prime Gaming sub that you can give to us for the free. You just got to go to twitch.tv/fanatixfour and click the subscribe button, and then it says you got a free sub. You can redeem it this month, dude. That's what it says. That's exactly the phrase.
It says, dude.
Yes.
It is 2 zeros.
And then you give us Jeff Bezos' money. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it, dude. In exchange for that, you get emotes, you get loyalty badges, you get access to the supporters on the Discord, you get free Switch keys from time to time. I said that in a weird order, but you can also join the Discord for the free. And it doesn't even have to be September. You don't need no discounts or nothing like that. It's just in the description. You just click the link, and then you'll be in the Discord. It's crazy. It's wild. You go through like a portal, and you just pop up in Discord. You're like, oh shoot, people are saying yo to me.
Indeed, there it is.
There it is. We play video games sometimes. Are you playing video games?
I'm on the opposite end of the sometimes right now.
Yo, yes, same, but... mostly.
A little bit this week. Ashley and I have been playing some New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe together. That's been a fun time. Yep. That's one of her go-tos as far as playing stuff. So several times this week she'd be like, you want to play something? I was like, yeah, sure. Nice. So we did that. We tried playing Mario Maker 2 together, and
I forgot that game existed. I'm not even
here's the thing with Mario Maker. Here we go. It's Mario. It is, but like it's got its own, even within the Nintendo made levels, it's got its own like language of Mario, you know, that's just different.
It's troll Mario.
Right. I mean, and like even if it's not trying to troll you or anything, it
inherently is a troll.
It's like meta Mario, I think is what I would say it is, because it's like Mario, but subverting something or something else or whatever, to where I think if you're just used to playing just standard Mario and like maybe not even other games as well or whatever, it's like I'm just used to Mario, it takes a little bit to adjust to that. So like we played a bit and it just, I don't know, it did go particularly well. I've been playing a little bit of just like Endless, and I mean I watch it a lot, so you know I'm in the language and I get it, but yeah, I don't know, so it's interesting how that's different. But yeah, so we played a little bit of Mario Maker 2, but mostly New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, and then playing more islands and stuff like that. Islanders, sorry.
Oh, so that was last weekend. It didn't happen this weekend. Me and Lee, we were watching Ultimate Summit.
Yep.
Big Smash Invitational. It had a $160,000 prize pool or something like that. We were watching that the whole weekend and playing Smash, and it was a great time. Tweak won.
Look at that.
It's crazy. Look at it. I was surprised. I did not think he was going to win. But it was like, well, what I thought could happen did happen, where it was like, so how it works is it's best of 5 sets. So the first person to get 3 wins. And then once you get to the end of the tournament, grand finals, it's a chance for the person that is in winners. If they lose, they still have another 3 losses to like before they actually lose. Gotcha. Usually whenever Tweak and MKLeo, who's the current like top ranked player, are in grand finals, even if Leo is in losers, he resets, and then if he resets, Tweak gets like all in his head and it's just done. It's like it doesn't matter if Tweak has 6 games. Chances are if he's in grand finals against Leo, if he doesn't take the first 3 games, he's losing. That's the only that's the only thing that happens in that dynamic so far. And that is something that happened this week where he won in the first 3 matches. If he didn't do that, it was game. It was over. It was over. It was done.
As far as like the top players and stuff, what's the like likelihood or whatever of, okay, I'll step back real quick. You know, like I don't know, tennis, for example. I
Mhm.
feel like I've heard the same names in tennis from it just from afar
Yeah.
since like 2009,
Mhm.
or even before then or whatever. It's just like it's the same people all the time. They're always going to be at the top. And I don't know whenever that's going to change. Is Smash kind of the same way where you feel like
Smash is
Nickelodeon?
exactly like that.
Okay.
Where Leo usually wins everything.
Uh-huh.
If he doesn't win, there's like four other people that have the potential to win. Since the redacting of 2020,
Yeah.
there's like two less people that
Mhm.
could potentially win.
True.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty much just, but there is a new dude. His name's Spargo. He's like 14 from
Mhm.
Mexico. He's another kid now that when I was going into watching the tournament, I was like, it's either going to be Tweak, Leo, or Spargo. Those are the
Mhm.
three that are going to have a chance to win. And they are the top three in the tournament. Like
Yeah.
Spargo got third, Leo got second, Tweak got first. So that much was easy to like map out. The stuff that was like a lot of upsets were happening is like right before then, like top 8, there was a lot of stuff
Mhm.
that's like, oh shoot, I didn't think he was going to make it this far, and like that sort of situation. But grand
Yeah.
finals and losers finals and finals were expected.
Do you think that's disheartening at all for the people like in the top 8 below that is like they can
Nah.
quote unquote
Well,
never get to number one or
it depends on who they are, because like
Mhm.
there's nothing about the game that says they can't get
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
They
that's
got the
true.
same character select screen. They got the same modes.
Mhm.
Like they use the same controllers and
Yeah.
have access to the same controllers.
Mhm.
So it's not like they're not capable of winning. The other guy's just usually better than they are.
Yeah,
So if anything, if you're a competitive person, that makes you like more driven, where
that's
it's like,
true.
I
Yeah.
want to be the guy that beats
Mhm.
Leo or now
Yeah.
Tweak, like that sort of situation.
Mhm. And then wait, it was I forgot. Tweak was the one that gave you the lessons, right?
Yes. Yep.
Hey, okay.
It's true. It's
That's
true.
awesome. Was he playing with Pokemon Trainer at all?
No, he doesn't use Pokemon Trainer anymore. He dropped. See,
Gotcha.
that was another cool thing that happened. There's this kid from Japan. His name's Atelier.
Mhm.
I don't know how to pronounce it actually. There's a lot of
Mhm.
stuff getting thrown around. Man, I don't know. There's no consensus that everybody. I had to hear him say it, but I've
Uh-huh.
never heard him talk
I
because
feel
he's
like
in Japan.
probably however you do it is fine because it's a French word, but then also it's the Japanese game
Yeah,
series that I think
exactly.
we just end up calling Atelier. And it's
Mhm.
like, even though that's wrong, who cares? Like that's just the
Yeah,
way you say it.
that's the kid. He
Checks
plays
out.
Pokemon Trainer. He got assigned to a big esports org, Team Liquid.
Nice.
And with that comes more top level Pokemon trainer play that I can copy.
Nice.
Because like it got to a certain point, and they put out an article around him being signed where he like
Mhm.
talked about why he picked up Pokemon Trainer coincidentally. I mean, I didn't pick up Pokemon Trainer because of Tweak. Tweak was
Right.
just somebody that played Pokemon Trainer. I was like, good, I can learn how to be good at this video game.
Yeah.
He saw Tweak play Pokemon Trainer at Evo, which was like the
Mhm.
second to last big tournament that he played him at, and
Mhm.
was like, I need to play this character. This character is sick. Nice.
Nice.
And now he's like at the point where he's better than Tweak was when Tweak dropped the character with the character.
Yeah.
So he does like a lot of
Mhm.
stuff that Tweak didn't do. And I was like watching the like clips
That's
that
cool.
they showed of like, this is what makes his Pokemon Trainer special. And he's doing a lot of crazy stuff that I'm like, yo, I'm doing that to people and they're gonna be upset. Because when I saw that, I was shocked, and I play this character all the time and I did
Yeah.
not know that was a thing that you could do. So I'm excited for that too. That's going to be interesting once they're able to travel easier, because it is Japan, so they're going to have problems with travel because of COVID.
Man. So yeah, Smash, nice. I don't think I've been playing anything else particularly. What about you?
Unite. I also was playing Pokemon Unite. I'm creeping closer to being done. I'm creeping there, man.
Yeah.
Because again, like it's great when I'm playing with a team of people that I can talk to, or like even people that just know what they're doing. It's great. Yeah. But 90% of the time, I'm playing with randoms, and the second one thing happens with randoms, they're like, "Oh, we lost." Tom, I want to quit. And then that makes you lose, because the people that try to surrender give up. They're like, I'm done. Like, I don't care if the vote happens in my favor. I am done. And that just means that we lose. So that's frustrating and makes me want to play the video game less.
Yeah, I can see that.
But
that's lame. I mean, it could be something where you just literally put it down with randoms and only save it for playing with other people. And then,
but
then you don't
also
get to
it's
play
like
very often.
annoying because I got the season pass and I'm trying to max that out, and you gotta
Yeah.
play the video game to max it. I was about to curse. So I can't even really do that. I had to at least do the dailies to like get the most out of until I max it out anyway.
Yeah.
To get the most out of the season pass. So it's stupid and I hate it.
Yeah. Oh, I also played like one episode of Rayman Legends just because I did, and the game's fun. That's all.
Did you play that way, Ashley, or did you play that by yourself?
I played it by myself. We were just hanging out on the couch, and she was taking a nap, so I couldn't get up, and her Switch was on the dock, and she had it on her Switch, and I was like, I'll just play that because she doesn't have Highlanders on her Switch. So I was like, yeah, it was good. It was a fun time. I'd played a little bit of it before. Like I think I played the demo when it first came out, and then I got it for her, and then she and I played like one level together, and then didn't really play it much more. But then I played just the like 1 or 2 levels yesterday. And it's a good time. That's all.
It's a good game. I like
it. It is. It's got some fun, like, I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of variety, as well.
The cool thing that game did that's like, yo, this is different, is like the rhythm levels. Like those are sick.
Yeah.
But the game overall is cool too.
Yeah. So we're playing all those games, but soon enough, in the next couple of weeks, perhaps we'll be playing some Game Boy games on the Switch. Perhaps. And so on that note, let's get to talking.
Be hyped for approximately a week, and then nobody will ever touch 100% any of the games again.
Yeah. I agree with that.
The only game or series of games that I can see people continuing to play long term is Pokemon.
100%.
That's it. That's literally it. And maybe Tetris, but Tetris, it's like,
there's other ways to play Tetris.
Why would you play that Tetris of all Tetrises?
Yeah. So the funny thing too, I was realizing just a couple hours ago, is like there are rumors for a September Direct, and within those rumors of the September Direct, there's also rumors of Game Boy games and Game Boy Color games coming to Nintendo Switch Online. And the bigger part of that that's being talked about is the Game Boy games part, which is just funny to think about, that like, for all we know, new first party games and big third party games and indie games or whatever could get announced.
Yep.
But we could be playing Tetris on our Switch.
Like, again,
it's funny. Yeah.
For like the 4th time. 5th, because Tetris Effect.
Yeah,
awesome.
True.
Yeah,
Many Tetris.
There's mad Tetris games on the Switch, dude.
Yeah. It's crazy. But in any case, I mean, you made a video. We'll talk about that or do the comments in a little bit. But actually, maybe we just do that first. And then the thing that I wanted to do, I made a spreadsheet, as you well know. Nobody else except for Alec does, because he's in the chat. What about Alec? But I made a spreadsheet of all the top selling Game Boy games of all time. So, and then we're going to pick out the ones that we think are going to be like the starting 20 or whatever, like they usually do, for no good reason, just because that's what I thought would be fun to do.
Why not? Yeah, why not?
So, but yeah, we can do your comments first, because I mean, this is a good place to start, and because we'll be referencing back to this kind of stuff anyway. But I was just like, these were the games that you specifically wanted, not just ones that's like, it's likely, I guess, but like games you wanted. Which
less fun. I feel like doing the likely one, you end up with the same exact list as everybody else, and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I mean, you mentioned in the Pokemon bit that you were like, and Parker would be excited about, and then Pokemon trading card game, and I was nodding in agreement along with the video. So I appreciate the correct shout
I
out.
knew, dude. I knew. I listen when you talk, turns out.
Yep. What Pokemon evolution stuff? So I don't know. Any thoughts before we get into comments?
Nope. Game Boy games are cool. Well, actually, I don't know if I want to tell people that. I'll tell people that. Dude.
Sure.
Why not? I was gonna make a different video, but then when I started, first of all, I started writing the video late because I was like, what is there to talk about? Nothing. Okay, what do I want to talk about since there's nothing to talk about? Oh yeah, I wanted to do the ranking thing, so let me do that. And then I started doing it, and how I was gonna do it the way that I did the Mario one, where I just was like, I like this game this much. Here's the number. But I wanted to like not justify the number anymore, but make the number make more sense. So I broke it it up into 5 categories.
Yeah.
That each get 5 points. And then I was like going through and so I'm trying to not judge it objectively, but not just based off of like, I don't like Gen 1, right. Bad, but like fully explain why I think Gen 1 in comparison is bad. And funnily enough, I like went through and I like was like, it's probably like I would give it this number, this number, this number, and this number. And then I went through and I rethought about it. And every time I go and I review Gen 1 specifically, it loses at least a point every single time. But it's high up in one. It's high up in. I don't want to talk about that. Spoilers, dude.
I've got some guesses, but I'll be excited to see what you have to say.
But yeah, that is part of it. But Gen 1's done. I'm going through in order and writing it. I just got to do like 4 more gens.
Yep.
So. Also, Gen 8's going to be weird because Gen 8 is not done. So.
Well, how so?
Because the like Diamond and Pearl remakes are technically still Gen 8. Arceus I guess is technically Gen 8. So, I
forget to consider those as
because that's part of like how I broke down
Gen 4 has like tons of points because it also has Heart Gold, Soul Silver, like
but yeah, so like Gen 1 is red, blue, green, yellow. Gen 2 is gold, silver, crystal. Gen 3, which those first two the first 2 gens are the worst ones. Spoilers, they're the worst ones. Gen 3, ruby, sapphire, emerald, fire red, leaf green. Diamond, pearl, platinum, heart gold, soul silver, black, white 2, black 2, white 2. XY, omega, ruby, alpha, sapphire, sun and moon, ultra sun, ultra moon, Pokemon Sword, Shield, the DLC, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, Arceus.
And that's a lot of stuff if we're considering all that in Gen 8. So it'll be interesting to see.
I'm just speaking facts, dude. Game sucks. It deep in our hearts, it feels great and makes us all feel warm and fuzzy inside. And like the imagination we had of like, man, I can picture the Pokemon in the tall grass. But then I use a ghost type attack against a psychic type Pokemon and nothing happens, man. Good game. Game sucks.
I mean, when you and I were talking about this in DMs, I was saying, because I fought you on this before, and I think it's definitely a perspective thing for sure. It's like there's a difference between which ones hold a special place in our heart, kind of a thing, and like Super Mario 64 as a perfect comparison. That like I don't know a single person that played Super Mario 64 for the first time on the 3D All Stars and is like, wow, I love this game so much. Like at best, it's like, okay, I can kind of see where they were going here, but like probably not going to play the whole thing. Whereas like I loved playing it again and I'll keep playing it again, but it's that kind of a thing, where it's like
a lot of your experience even now is tied up in your experience then. So it's like, for its time, like the Mario game before that, he was in 2D and now it's crazy, like I get all that, but that's not what my video is about. And that's
if
not
someone
how
were to
I
pick
think
up the
about
game
it.
in 2021, play for the first time ever,
exactly,
what would they think?
Exactly.
Which I mean, even then, I've got a friend that played. He borrowed my 2DS to play Pokemon Blue, and he got lost. I think he beat Surge and didn't know where to go from there, and just stopped. And he'd played it before, but it's just been a while, so he had the nostalgia, but then still was like, very lost. I don't know.
And that's a part of the game that like I never had that experience, even though the games are designed that way, where they're designed like Ocarina of Time, where it's like, where do I go? Where do I go? Just talk to everybody. Maybe you'll figure it out. But I never had that problem because I'm like, where did Ash go? And then I just went that way.
That's funny. I never did stuff in that order. That's really funny.
Oh wait, hold on. I didn't even do the thing. I don't think it makes a difference since it's private anyway, but start stage, members only.
I don't know what it does.
DTY 170.
Well, while you do that, I'll go ahead and read the first comments for your video. And here we go. So Mega Man said, nailed it, AJ. I don't think I could think of any Game Boy Color games worth noting that you didn't mention at all. I could see red, blue, yellow, or gold, silver, crystal Pokemon being added. I couldn't see those being added into a service like this, but certainly what they did with a virtual console, quote unquote, and sell them on the eShop. Donkey Kong Lanes was actually a good Game Boy game. Yeah, let's add that one.
You said Lanes. I considered that, but I was like,
I invited my wife to bring in Ezra at some point to have her on the podcast so that she could say hello. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'll be right back. Gonna grab this.
Parker said Donkey Kong Lane, and that's funny. But anyway, yeah, I agree. I don't think
audio listeners, this is going to be very boring, but for anybody else, hello. Here's Ezra. She's very cute. Ashley has to mix up her bottle, so I get to let her say hi for a minute. Ezra, what do you think about Game Boy games?
Gen 1's her favorite one because it's the only one she has exposure to.
Yeah,
pretty much. Starter Pokemon.
She does. I'm still looking for. I don't know what age is like, hey, you want to say hi?
When she can crawl at one.
That pretty much. That's the gist. She's like sitting at this point, but not like all the way, but like pretty close to all the way, where she can sit up if you hold her by like her waist, but not anything more. But in any case, we love her very much. So yeah, I think I totally agree. The only one that I thought of that I haven't played that other people have mentioned before is the Donkey Kong 94.
Yeah, that was one that popped up a lot when I was like looking into the games, and I was like, I never played this. I don't care to play this, so I'm not mentioning it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know that much about it. Like people mentioned the platforming is good and Mario can do backflips and stuff. I don't know what significance that has, but like cool.
Yo, Mario can do backflips, dude.
I mean, we'll be talking about it in a minute, whether or not we think it'll come, but you know, hopefully it does so we can find out. But that's about all I know.
That's all I know.
So yeah, AJ, I agree. Or Mega Man, I agree.
Realistically, if it could have been this whole video, it would have just been like, here's all the Pokemon games. But
yeah.
That's why it took so long to make one, because like we like did the whole thing where it's like, yo, what if this system was on Switch? What if it was but Game Boy to me is literally just Pokemon. Like I don't care about any other Game Boy game. As far as like, I mean, I didn't. It's a better way to phrase it. I didn't care to play any other Game Boy game. So like, there's no pick like that where it's like, man, I would really want to experience this game again. You know?
Yeah.
That's not.
No, it doesn't feel like. At this point, the Game Boy, and even like to some degree the Game Boy Advance, outside of a couple of games that like, you know, pretty big fan of, just don't feel like as essential gaming in the same way, because so much of it was like, hey, it's like the NES, but you can play it, you know, on the go, or it's like the SNES, but you can play it on the go, or that kind of thing, to where that's just making noises. It's cute. Was I cutting out for a second?
She's
there?
Talking about no, I hear. She's talking about the Game Boy game she wants to play.
That's right. Ezra, do you want to play? I don't know. Was there a Ninja Turtles Game Boy game? For some reason that came to mind.
I was about to say, why Ninja Turtles?
I don't know. I really don't. Yeah.
Nah, she doesn't want to play Ninja Turtles.
She's gonna play Pokemon. That's it.
It's true.
I don't know how she
matters. Pro tip: it's the only game that matters. Ezra, don't bother with the other ones.
But yeah,
I don't care what Bob Wolf says.
I think it's tricky because like so much of that era of handheld was new games, but like Donkey Kong Land was, you know, a changed but similar. It's not a port of Donkey Kong Country, but it kind of is a port of Donkey Kong Country. Like, you know, it's different but similar, and more stuff like that. So I think it's tricky now to go back and be like, yeah, that's the games that I want to play, because it's like these were the stripped down ones that were awesome to get to play on the go for the form factor.
Yeah, purposes. Like there's like so many of those on Game Boy Color and Game Boy specifically, where it's like, here's the game that's on the console but worse. Game Boy Advance, I'd push back on that. There's like a lot of like very good Game Boy Advance games. Like Game Boy Advance to me is like on the same level, if not better, honestly, than SNES in terms of like the amount of games that like could just be played now, and they're like way forward games, you know, like they're at least like on that tier.
Yep. All right, Ezra, say goodbye. We're gonna go drink a bottle.
Ezra.
Bye, Ezra.
Game Boy Advance, dude. It's way better than Game Boy and Game Boy Color. That's a fact. It's a fact, Jack.
All right, and that's incentive for everybody to go watch the YouTube version.
True.
Or unless you hate babies, in which case,
what's wrong with
maybe you don't get to listen.
Did
to
you
any
know
version.
that you were a baby? Bob hates babies.
Bob, you used to be one.
It's also
He's
a
baby of his
conflict
family
of interest because he has a niece.
That's true. What do you do? I mean, I have friends that like hate animals, which I feel not great about, but you know, still.
But that's also sort of a different thing.
Yeah,
it's kind of a different thing that can veer into like fear territory more so than just like I don't want to deal with a child, you know.
Yeah. I'm just looking in the chat, and Alec, I don't know.
Yeah, he posted.
The context
I saw
of
that.
Heroes of Might and Magic.
I was gonna wait until we talked about the Game Boy, like ranking them or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, again, I've only played Heroes of Might and Magic 3 on the PC. I don't even know what that is. It's like the origins, I think, too, of King's Bounty 2 that came out on the Switch like last week that I kind of wanted to play, but I'm not gonna. I have too many games in my backlog to pick up myself to play, so I'm just not going to until later. So nevertheless, continuing on with comments. Mumbles Speed Talker said, for me, the old Pokemon games and the Wario Land series used to play that a lot on my Game Boy Color, if I remember correctly. Been a while. 8 bad yellow Game Boy and my brother. What? I don't know. Been a while. 8 bad yellow
Game Boy, and my brother.
I had maybe. Yeah, and my brother had a red. That's you got it.
Yep.
I had a yellow Game Boy. My brother had a red. So okay, here's an interesting thing. But yes, agreed. Pokemon and Wario.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
I posted a thing on Twitter that was comparing basically like Switch games are outselling Game Boy games by a large factor and stuff. The Game Boy sold a lot of consoles, like 120 million or something like that.
They like cheated though. They cheated.
Yes, 100%. Because like, I mean, it was in a different era where like fewer people were gaming, period. So like it was more of an achievement, for sure, for that to happen at all. But definitely people double dipped more in that, especially because it considers two things that are like kind of the same but kind of different consoles.
Yeah, it's like Game Boy Color, which like, Game Boy Color is new 3DS. That's what it is.
Who's not going to buy a Game Boy Color?
Crazy to me that people are like, I can't believe Nintendo would do a new 3DS situation. Like even then, when Game Boy Color was a thing, like they've literally always done it, always.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, Phoenix Storm Gaming said, I want Nintendo to do Pokemon. I want to do a Let's Play without emulators on my PC, and I just want to play them on their console. You know, if they release Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, and Gold, Silver, and Crystal on the Switch, Nintendo would be stupid not to release these games, because Nintendo themselves has to know that any Pokemon games are easy to get in Gen 6, 7, and 8, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gen games are harder to get now and are overpriced at 200 plus sometimes. I hope they do this for others. I know 4th gen is getting a remake. Thank God I'm not paying $150 for a new copy of Platinum thinking it could be a fake. I don't think there is any punctuation in there.
I don't know.
Appreciate the comment.
I don't know what overpriced means in this context, because like literally the market is deciding the price. So like,
yeah. I think just more than
they're more than you're willing to pay,
right?
But yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea to bring that up in the argument though, because then Nintendo's going to like be able to quote unquote overprice them, because then they're like, I mean, we could charge $60 for Pokemon Yellow. You think people will be happy about that? Absolutely not.
It's cheaper than exactly. It's
definitely cheaper.
Yeah. No, that would obviously not go over particularly. But I mean, it's true that like it would be. That, but I agree with the whole like, if Nintendo doesn't want people to pirate games, like maybe make some of them more accessible. It doesn't defend pirating, but it's like
exactly. I agree with it. But at the same time, I think that it's another one of those arguments that sets you up to lose a different argument that you're going to want to make, you know,
Yeah.
where people are like, look at how, like, of course I'm going to pirate this game. It's $150 on eBay when it launched for X amount of dollars. And then Nintendo's like, all right, well, here's the game. It's $40. And they're like, what? Like, I don't want to pay $40 for this. Like,
yeah,
like, yeah, but you were just complaining about 150. Like,
yeah, that's kind of got to be some of it. It's like, okay,
capitalism's fault, not Nintendo.
Go ahead and pirate the game or whatever. But then when it is available, like if you were like, man, I can't play an English translation of Fire Emblem 1, and then you pirate it, whatever, and then it comes on Switch, pay the money. And retrospectively, here's me paying for the copy that I already.
But nobody's going to do that. They're going to be like, I already played it.
I got it. Yeah.
Also, that's another weird argument that people like I kept seeing people. Somebody replied to, I forgot what the context exactly was, but they replied with this where it's like, that's why. Oh, it was Nintendo blocking Riptide from playing Project Plus, and which is a Super Smash Brothers Brawl mod.
Yeah.
And they replied and was like, this is why it's ethical to pirate Nintendo games. I'm like, what? Huh? I'm like, what does it have to do with anything? Because like it's like trying to use the argument of like, well, if you need food or water and you don't have the means to get food or water, you got to get food and water. Like, that's a necessity. So it's like trying to use that line of thinking where it's like, yo, I'm not going to be mad at you for stealing food or water when you need food or water to a video game. Like, you don't need Pokemon Yellow, you know? So like, it's not ethical to take that because it's not easily accessible to you. Even something like, I don't know, freaking Pokemon trading card game too. Like, just because it didn't come out here doesn't mean that it's like, well, it's within my right to take it because they didn't let me buy it. Like,
I mean, there's definitely things where it's like it becomes, you know, ethically ambiguous maybe, or like just kind of like, who cares kind of thing. But as far as defending it as like, it's a right, that like, that's going too far.
Yeah,
like, no,
saying it's like ethical is on the opposite end of the spectrum. Like ethically ambiguous of like, I don't know if it's right or wrong, that 100%. But it being in the right is like,
or at least like, you know, nobody's it kind of it's legitimately not hurting anybody kind of a thing. Like, true. But yeah, other than, unless you're doing, you know, it's the websites where it actually makes money off ROMs and those kinds of things, like that's, you know, that's bad.
Or also if they do plan to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Like, see, that's the thing. That's where even that argument becomes tricky, where it's like, well, it's not hurting anybody. They're not selling it. It's like, yeah, they're not selling it currently, but who's to say that they won't?
Yeah. And I think that's where, like, if I were in that camp where I was like, I'm going to pirate a bunch of games, I think I would at least like
definitely buy
myself,
whatever.
Like,
yeah.
If it
happens, I'm buying it. Even if I don't play it, I played it, I'm buying
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I feel like that's reasonable.
Oh, to go back to the Game Boy thing, it's at 118.69 million units.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. That's a lot. I mean, Switch will be up there pretty soon, you know.
I mean, it's not far. It's 89.04 million.
Yeah. It's it's interesting to see.
Download a car. I like put in the chat.
I love that one so much. Mitch quotes that one all the time, and it's fun. Man, I'm sad for anybody who wasn't around for those days, but it's a fun time. All right,
it's coming back around. I forgot what I saw somebody do something like this. It was like this same meme, but it was something else. But I don't remember what it was. So that's sad.
That always makes me think of Alias, the TV show. We had the DVDs for that, and every time at the beginning of them, it had you wouldn't, you know, buy, you wouldn't steal a car, blah blah blah. But it was like the same vibe as the TV show Alias itself, like to where like kind of fit in universe a little bit and was a little just funny. Last comment from the video, Franklin Cypher said, I think that the app will be based on Game Boy Advance with OG Game Boy and Color games in it, because Advance was backwards compatible with OG and Color games. It can help expand the online retro library.
I doubt that, but it would be cool. Like, I highly doubt that. The most that I could see them maybe doing in that regard is if they do Game Boy Color and then they go back and update the Game Boy Color app to be a Game Boy Advance app, and then it has Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy. But unless they plan to start launching with Game Boy Advance games, I doubt that. And even then, I kind of would be surprised if they didn't just straight up separate Game Boy Color at Game Boy into one thing and then Game Boy Advance into a separate thing.
Yeah, that's more what I'm expecting. And like, I wish that I could expect Game Boy Advance right now as well, but I don't. But like, I
think Game Boy Advance is more likely than any other console that we have left. Like in terms of
more
like,
than N64,
more than N64, more than GameCube.
I would agree, especially in that, like in some regards, you know, they've done N64 before Game Boy Advance in the past on virtual consoles and stuff, but the N64 games are just, I don't know, there's more potential for them to do like Mario 64 in Mario 3D All Stars kinds of things where they can like eke more money out of, or more opportunities or hype or whatever out of those games first, and then be like, all right, well, you've bought all of them, now we can just put them on this service as well. Like I could see that happening. But yeah, man, I pulled up the Game Boy Advance list too, because I'd be interested to take a look at that afterwards. I mean, looking at these, there are a significant number of them.
Different video.
I know it is. There's a bunch of them that are ports for sure. So it'd be interesting to see. Anyways, let's get to the main topic then now, and which is predicting the Game Boy games that'll be on Switch.
Yep.
And I'm gonna share my screen, and everybody's gonna see
the spreadsheet. Everybody except for Alec. List.
That's true. Oh,
we can link them.
We could, yeah. Yeah, you can do that, and I'll. Okay, so I've got a spreadsheet. This is just from Wikipedia. They're the top sales. Remember when Wikipedia was like, I feel like it still has a reputation of like, don't trust
don't
Wikipedia.
Yep.
And now it's like, no, there's certain pages that like you need to have a literal PhD to like to prove it to Wikipedia to be allowed to change the page on like, I don't know, you know, quantum physics or something like that, which is funny. So yeah, I went ahead and started us out for the first two just to get kind of the stuff going. And so we'll go in 2 rounds. First round is just like, do we think it will come to the service at all, kind of a thing, you know, like the Pokemon Red, Blue, and like, yes, Tetris will come. No, Pokemon Red, Green, and Blue won't come. So then we'll do that. And then there's a second tab that'll pull all the yeses. And then those are the ones that will be like, these ones will be in the first batch of 20.
That is, Alec brought up the Wikipedia thing. It was like, you just got to check that the info is cited. That's usually what people do anyway, where it's like when their professors or whatever, like, you can't use Wikipedia. They just go to Wikipedia and then they go to the link that they cited and cite that.
I mean, it works. Yeah, man.
But yeah. So Tetris.
Yeah. Here we go. Okay. Yes. So starting out. Yeah. Tetris, that's coming. Pokemon Red, Green, Blue. No. Pokemon Gold and Silver.
No.
Super Mario Lands.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Pokemon Yellow.
No.
These first ones are going to be pretty easy, and then we'll get into some harder ones as we go. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins.
Yes.
Pokemon Crystal. No.
No.
All right. Now it's going to start getting more interesting. Dr. Mario, yeah, I would think so.
I was saying about it being hard, but because we have Dr. Mario in the NES, right? That one's on there. Isn't Dr. Mario on the Game Boy just Dr. Mario on the NES?
It very well could be, and like that's the thing is like how, especially now that we're getting into this territory, we haven't seen them do this yet with like. Yeah, you know, essentially the games that are the ports of the other ones, are they going to do both of them? Probably. Like the fact that they have this first one is like, are they going to come at all? I feel like at some point they'll bring Dr. Mario, even if not at the beginning, just to be like, and look, it's Dr. Mario. And it'll be not very exciting at all because we already have Dr. Mario.
Well, we got to go through and see. This is potentially a no. We're potentially changing this no because we only got 20.
Sure. Yeah. Well, so again, that's what I'm saying is this list can be like 30, and then we'll it'll all come over to this page.
Mhm.
And then on this page, we can whittle it down
Oh, okay.
to 20.
Gotcha.
So, or I mean, unless it's more fun the other way. I don't really care that much.
It
Yeah, let's just do it all in
doesn't-
one swoop.
yeah.
It's fine. So yeah, we'll say no for Dr. Mario. Get out of there. Pokemon Pinball.
I hope yes, but I think no.
Yeah. I do like of the games, because you mentioned them in order of what you want the most, which
Mhm.
makes sense. What's the order that's most likely?
Like I said, I think it's the same thing. Like the order is the same
Mhm.
thing, but it's flipped. So I think that it's least
Like-
likely for the RPGs to come,
Absolutely.
but also the ones I want the most. And then from there, that's what it is. It's the same
Yeah.
thing. So
So
next
Puzzle
would be
League
trading card
Challenge is the
game.
most likely.
Yeah, the
and-
most likely, but the one I want the least.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I feel like Pokemon Pinball.
but Pokemon Pinball and Puzzle Challenge are like around the same level of likelihood, I feel like.
Yeah.
But I just think that Pokemon in general, like,
Yeah.
it's
Here's what I'm going to
probably
say.
a no.
None. Yeah. Especially if we're just talking about the start, none of Pokemon's going to come at the start, but maybe to finish the 25th anniversary stuff, they're going to do like,
John
here's
Conrad's getting
a
very
couple
angry.
of games, you know, like a bunch all at once, not a bunch, but
Yeah.
like, you know, 3 Pokemon games, Pokemon Pinball, Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, and Pokemon Trading Card Game, like all at once or
Yeah.
something like that. So I'm going to say no, because I agree. Wario Land, yes.
Yes.
Kirby's Dream. So wait, is Wario okay? Wario Land 1, 2, and 3. Wario Land 1 is Super Mario Land 3. What's
Yes.
Wario Land 2? Is that just Wario Land 2?
I'm pretty
Yes,
sure, yes.
it
it's
is.
just
Okay.
Wario Land.
Then Wario Land 3, and then Wario Land 4 is on Game Boy Advance, I think.
I think so. I think I think the last one on Game Boy is Wario Land 3.
Wario Land 4 is Game Boy Advance. Yep. So it's correct. Kirby's Dream Land, 100%.
Yes.
That's like the classicest. Super Mario Bros. Deluxe.
No.
I hope not. Yeah. Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons and Ages.
Yes, but probably
It's possible
no.
not. Yeah, exactly. It's eventually for sure. Yeah, the question is like, which ones do they hold out to try to make a bigger deal later?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody wants this, but I don't care about it.
Donkey Kong Land. Yep. And this isn't even like the Donkey Kong. I think that's down.
Donkey Kong 94 or whatever.
Yeah, which is down towards the bottom somewhere. I saw it earlier. Link's Awakening. I guess so.
I feel like they would do this.
Yeah.
Even though it feels like a dumb, where it's like there's a Switch game of this. It seems like something they would do.
When's the Legend of? I'm still just in caps lock. Zelda Game and Watch. When's that coming out? Because that has.
I thought it was already out.
Is it? It might be. I mean, yeah. Pick up today? Yeah. Oh no, that's the Game Boy one. Here's this
the Game Boy
one.
You mean the Mario one?
That's what I meant to say. November 12th.
Pre-order now.
Okay.
Damn, that's mad long for a freaking.
Interesting.
I mean, Mario kind of did that. I think Mario came out around the same time.
Yeah. I mean, and
I'm not waiting
you
for
know,
the Game
it's
to
not
launch.
like you're buying the Game and Watch for Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
So it's not like they probably don't feel like they're shooting themselves in the foot at all. Cool. Pokemon trading card game. Unfortunately, no. F1 race.
Who made this? Nintendo?
Apparently, yeah, 100% then. Yes. Because how else are they going to profit off of that game? Yoshi, yeah.
Yes.
I think I had this Yoshi game. Yoshi Game Boy. Is this the one? It's like a puzzle game, I think. I didn't have Yoshi's Cookie. I had the Yoshi. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
I had this game.
The only Game Freak game we're getting. Yes.
Wait, that is Game Freak? Oh, that's weird.
Yep.
What a bizarre world. Okay, so yeah, Yoshi, good stuff.
I think they made a
here's
Wario
Donkey Kong
game too.
Oh.
I think it was just called Wario. But I think it was also Japan only.
Interesting.
But yeah, Donkey Kong, yes, probably.
Yep. So this is the one. That
Absolutely not.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like once
we didn't even say it for podcast listeners.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Duel Monsters 4 Battle of the Great Duelists. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no way. Like just in general, third-party stuff is weird. Like I feel like the only third-party stuff we're gonna get is ones that's just like the IP is completely irrelevant now.
Yeah, or like the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh is like even though it's like a Konami IP, it almost feels like a licensed IP. So like having that is like doubly like, nah, I don't see it, you know, because like they're a video game company and they own the IP for the game,
for the like game cards and all that stuff too. Like
yes, for all of it. They even own like the anime
weird
like distribution and stuff like that now. But it feels like it's a license.
Yeah, 100%. I would not have guessed that. Yeah.
So
it's so bizarre.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I'm with you. That one's it's not coming. Kirby's Dream Land 2. I feel like this is one we get later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no.
Same with
Donkey Kong Land 2. No. Dragon Warrior Monsters. I think this is like kind of like Dragon Quest 1-ish.
In Japan. Japan will get this one.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if it came out here though, might as well, you know.
Nah, this like nah. This would be like them dropping like Mother 3, like when the Game Boy Advance comes out. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna drop like Mother 3, and it'll be Japan only. Like you gotta download the Japanese Game Boy Advance app.
And like, also, in addition, Dragon Quest Warrior Monsters is the first video game in the Dragon Quest Monsters series. So I mean, I could see them also just do something with this later anyway. So. I'll say no. Yeah. I think I have this one physically. I don't know who I got it from, like, because I didn't get it myself, but I've inherited a couple other people's Game Boy libraries of like 7 games each. So I've got that one. Link's Awakening DX. Oh, maybe this one instead. So because there's Link's Awakening for
true.
And then
I mean that's the one I talked about in the video.
So so there you go. Link's Awakening DX. Wario Land 3. Probably not.
Yes, but not at launch.
Right. Donkey Kong Country on Game Boy. Oh, on Game Boy Color.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually, but
yeah. Also, what they could do is do them in a weird order and put Donkey Kong Land, 2 or something on there first, and then put 1 and then 3 or something like that. But generally, I think agreed that like 1.
I think the only time that
Donkey
they
Kong
will
game.
put like a sequel first is if the sequel is like generally looked at as better.
Yeah.
Like I could see them doing I don't know. I could see them doing the second Mario Land and not the first one.
Yeah, right. No,
I could definitely see them doing that.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It is, yeah. Kirby's Pinball Land. Yes, actually, I think so.
Yeah,
it's the kind of thing that like, if they're going to have 2 different Kirby games, they'll want to have like a regular Kirby game and then a spin-off Kirby game.
Yeah.
And they do that kind of thing a lot. So, and this is where I don't care one bit.
Golf.
Probably.
Yeah.
Similar for tennis.
Yes.
Alleyway.
I don't even know that. No.
Alleyway Game Boy. We're looking it up. Oh, it's like Brick Breaker. Interesting.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, I can see them doing that. It's going to be like one of the weird ones, but
so Alleyway, yeah, why not? Sure, we'll say yes. We can take it off later if we want. Tetris DX, I'm gonna say no because they'll put the first one on there. Metroid 2 Return of Samus, it all hinges on this.
If Game Boy comes to yes.
If it's coming in September, 100. Honestly, if it weren't coming within like the context of Dread and all that stuff, I could see them not put.
I could still see them doing it.
Well, only because I think with NES Metroid and SNES Super Metroid, I think they brought them later as like and now Metroid kind of thing.
I think the first Metroid was
there at launch.
Okay, because
gotcha.
It's in the launch trailer.
Gotcha. Then probably
I think Super Metroid. No, Super Metroid was later. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So yeah, in other contexts, I could see them bring Metroid 2 after the fact, but at this point, yeah, they want to use its PR and stuff for which, like, even though apparently that's not the one to play, so like don't play that one. But you know, it's there. So
yeah, played Samus Returns, dude.
Baseball. I mean,
why not? I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
No.
You Duel Monsters. No. Dragon Quest Warrior Monsters 2. Same
Nope.
thing. Nope. Yoshi's Cookie. Which one do they do? Yeah, because I don't know that you do Yoshi and Yoshi's Cookie at the beginning.
Yoshi's Cookie is probably more popular than Yoshi, but I feel like if you're going to do one for, well, I mean, sales wise.
Yeah, I mean, you're true. Yoshi's higher up there.
But I don't know many people that have like fond memories of Yoshi, but I do know people that talk about Yoshi's Cookie.
Yeah.
That said, no.
Yep. Wario Land 2, same logic as earlier.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, launch, no.
Okay,
Tamagotchi,
so third-party game, interesting.
No.
Or maybe.
Tamagotchi, no.
Tamagotchi's what I'm thinking with
territory.
I mean, it is, but like, are they doing, I think this is the question for me. Are they doing anything with Tamagotchi today? Like in and of itself, is it an IP?
There's like Tamagotchi,
then never mind.
Like toys for the children. What's now's generation? Like Ezra, like what's that generation? Because they're not
Generation
Zoomers.
Alpha. I think we looked it up, and I think it's come full circle. So now after Gen Z, we're going into Generation Alpha. Sounds like it.
Gotcha. So yeah, like they got those, and for the younger end of Zoomers, for Tamagotchis are like, like future now, present. Dude. They're like backlit.
That's the future. Man. Okay. Well, tickle me wrong. So no Tamagotchi.
Tickle me wrong is cursed.
I don't like it that I said it, but okay. Very super unrelated to any of this stuff. We were looking through movies to watch on Hulu at some point. We haven't watched this, and I'm like almost morbidly curious about it, kind of thing. There was a movie that was like, I don't know if it was a real documentary or a fake documentary or something. Like I truly can't tell from the context of it, of a like tickling championship team where like some like lady or something like conned a bunch of high school guys into like thinking that competitive tickling was a thing, and they're all super serious about it. And it's like just the weirdest, like I don't understand what's going on. So yeah, I think it's just called like tickling or something like that. So I want to find out more about that without having watched it. It's pretty much it. So there's
probably a Wikipedia article on it.
Probably so. So it's on Hulu, I think, for anybody who wants some context. All right, continuing on. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters 2 Dark Duel Stories.
You know what? I think they'll turn the the other cheek and say, we didn't give them the first one, but we'll give them two just because. No.
Sure.
No.
I was going to say, if you want to say that, sure. Why not? Oh, man.
I thought it was very obvious that I was not serious, but apparently not.
You never know. DuckTales, Capcom. No, because they're doing something with that stuff, right?
Yeah, no, because they're going to be like, buy the new one.
Yeah. The Final Fantasy Legend, that came out in the pack thing recently. This is the tricky thing. Yeah, again, like I think the third-party games that we're going to get are the third-party games that are not on this list, and that we're like, what?
Yeah.
What is that? So, I mean, some of these, like maybe we'll get to some a little bit later. Oh, we'll see. We'll get to some a little bit later and find out. Yakuman.
I don't even know.
Never even heard of that, but
it'll be Japan. Japan will get it. It's an intelligence systems game. It's probably Japan only.
Oh, 100%. It's like a mahjong kind of a thing.
Yeah, no. I mean, Japan might get it, but we won't.
Yeah. I mean, it's the kind of thing too. Like, I think that game probably is like, it looks familiar from Clubhouse games. So probably It's just in Clubhouse games, so don't worry more about it. Tetris 2.
Tetris 2 is a meme, dude. Like
Yeah, I
Tetris
know.
2 is like how every time there's a Pokemon Direct, I'm like, yo, I hope they announce Pokemon 2.
Yeah,
Like it sounds like that, but it's real.
it's real.
That's it. No.
Why? Yeah. Kirby Tilt and Tumble. You talked about this in your video.
No, it makes me sad, but no.
I feel like it's something that we could see added later down the road. But yeah, I agree that it's probably not going to be there at launch. But like, yeah, maybe they figure it out for later. I don't know enough about it, honestly.
It doesn't even have to be figured out. It's not even, it's like, it's there. Like literally all they had to do is be if tilt, use gyro, you know, like it's like, obviously it's going to take more work than
they have
that,
to turn up,
but it's
up
not,
and down a slider to make sure it works the right way.
Like it's not, it's not something that's like, we just can't, we don't have the technology for, you know, it's not mode 7, you know. Like,
Yep, never coming. Game & Watch Gallery 2.
No.
Where's Game & Watch Gallery 1?
It didn't sell as well, dude.
Oh, down here. Yeah, it got fewer sales. Look at that. I'll say no. I'll say no to Game & Watch Gallery 3, but I will say yes to Game & Watch Gallery 2. Go ahead and skip down to that. I mean, Game & Watch. Oh, yeah,
you mean
Game &
one?
Watch Gallery 1. Just because why not? You know.
No.
Solar Striker. What even?
I don't know. No. I don't even know what it is.
Solar Strike. I'm just learning about Game Boy games is what I'm doing today. Oh, it's a shmup. Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, then again, probably. Like that's the kind of thing that still it checks out that it's going to come eventually. We could say no for the start. Mario Tennis, 100%.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Glad to see it. Kicks.
No.
But again, finding out from the internet. What? Oh, it's this. Okay, so no, but it's this kind of game where like there's a dot going around or line going around or whatever, and you have to make little squares or I don't know. It's I've played this kind of a thing before, so but we'll say no. Because that is the thing is like more and more of these like smaller budget-ish games. I wouldn't necessarily say that one's smaller budget because I don't know, but like that kind of thing where it's like smaller scale games, I feel like are even less worth it than the NES counterparts because it's like they were made for a Game Boy, so they look considerably worse.
It's like this is a worse version of an already poorly aged game.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, Super RC Pro Am.
No.
No,
that's on Rare Replay.
Yeah, apparently. Weird. Donkey Kong Land 3, and we're almost through this list, everybody. So if you're like, man, when is this going to stop? You know, soon enough. Donkey Kong Land 3, no, same thing. It'll come eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
And then now we're in the last batch. These are all at the bottom of the list, having sold 1 million each. Oop, I messed it up. There you go, fixed it. And so we'll just rapid fire through some of these. Mega Man, Dr. Watley's Revenge.
No.
Mega Man 2.
No.
But Mickey's Dangerous Chase.
No.
Mickey Mouse's Magic Wands. No. DuckTales 2. No way. James Bond 007. No. Star Wars. No. Space Invaders. No.
Maybe.
Little Mermaid. You think Space Invaders?
Maybe. But no.
I mean, it's published by Nintendo. But the Smurfs. Nope.
No.
Bugs Bunny Cats. Oh, no. How do we know? Whatever. Just like all of these specifically, you know, licensed games all sold exactly 1 million.
Chemco absolutely was a shell company. There's no way they were not.
Yeah. Street Fighter 2, no, because there's other ways. And last but not least, Wave Race.
Absolutely.
Yes. I think yes. And here's my incredible sources to tell you. Oh, hello. I'd like to tell you about Wave. Okay. Also, they didn't put any other, like Mario Golf wasn't on here.
Yo, Mario Golf sold like garbage. That's crazy.
Apparently. Sticking it down there. I don't know. That's all the other ones I can think of. I can't think of other games that are notable to me. So that's a total of 20 games exactly.
Oh.
I don't think Mario Golf pulled on here because I don't think I did the pivot table for that.
Bobble.
Yeah. Well, okay. I thought we were going to have to go to this list and like whittle it down a little bit, but we've got exactly the list that they're going to
But
do.
we're savants.
We are.
We
It's going to be
get it.
21 games because Mario Golf is going to be on here.
No,
So
absolutely not.
I need to.
No, Wave Race is the one that's absolutely not.
No, Wave Race is coming 100%. So here's the list. Everybody feel free to look at it. Let me read through it one more time in alphabetical order because that's what it did. Alleyway, which yay. Alleyway, Baseball, Donkey Kong 94, Donkey Kong Land, F1 Race, Game & Watch Gallery. So far, I'm very excited,
Great
quote
games,
unquote,
dude.
about these games.
Great
Golf,
games.
Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Pinball Land, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis. And I've got to say, I love this Mario Tennis. It's, yeah, I like it quite a lot. Metroid 2 Return of Samus, Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins, Tennis, Tetris, Link's Awakening DX, Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages, which like thinking about those games compared to some of these other games, like
they are the best games on here.
Yeah.
They're the only ones that are on here that are like almost Pokemon adjacent in terms of like, I want to play this, you know?
Yeah.
And Wario Land 2 is
and then so Wario Land.
Well, not Wario Land 2, but Wario, I mean Wario Land.
Yeah. So I mean, and some of these are definitely series that will have more come later. There will be more Donkey Kong games, more Wario Land games, etc. But
these are the first.
In the meantime,
20,
that's the first 20.
Heard it here first.
We did it. Good job. I'll save that list and we'll see how right we are. How right we are. You know? All right, moving along. We may not get Pokemon on the Game Boy on NSO, but Pokemon Evolutions is a thing that I don't know anything about that you mentioned that now I've got an article for. So let me know some things about it.
It's like Pokemon Origins, but new art style. It looks cool, dude. It's going through all the generations that we have so far. And it's starting on September 9th with the champion.
Oh, so it's going backwards generation wise.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. And this time it is like in order because Origins was like random. It was like, this one's Gen 2. So, like they just hopped around a lot in generations.
Yeah. Weird.
And Origins was just about Gen 1. So
gotcha.
That's it. But yeah, it's like freaking anthology. It's like that sort of situation.
Yeah, it's interesting. And it'll be on YouTube. Okay.
This household is hyped for that miniseries. Yo, it's absurd. I'm down. I don't know how long are the episodes supposed to be? Because that's the thing I don't know.
That is a good question.
Because
how long were they in the other ones, Pokemon Origins?
They like were Pokemon Origins was like 4 half-an-hour long episodes. I'm pretty sure it was like around. They were like actual like it was like a thing. Generations, I think they hovered in like 5 to 10 minute range. And I feel like this will probably be closer to the latter than the former.
Yeah. Interesting. Were they dubbed for some reason?
Yes.
Okay. Did they come out first in Japanese only and it take a minute for them to be dubbed? Interesting. For some reason,
the Twilight one, kinda. But it was more like the Japanese one came out a little bit earlier that day.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah. So like all the generations, they're around 5 minutes. But Origins is like closer to like a full cartoon episode.
Gotcha. Nice. Well, cool. Yeah, I'm down to watch that.
I hope that they're 30 minutes. That would be sick, but I doubt it. I feel like they're probably going to be like Twilight Wings or whatever.
I mean, it's been fun seeing. I've seen little snippets of the Pokemon tunes or Pokemon. What are they called?
The Pokemon shorts.
I guess. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like there's one with Scraggy and it's like all Cuphead looking and stuff. Okay, yeah. So I've seen the little bits and pieces of those, and like some of them is like really cool art style and like stuff that the main anime just doesn't have a chance to mess around with at all. And I saw somebody was saying like with the most recent one that it was kind of like almost like Princess Mononoke looking and very almost like slice of life, but more old-timey rural Japanese, but with Pokemon in it, and that kind of thing. Like that would be super cool to just, it's so much Pokemon ends up being focused on the trainer's journey
Yeah.
oftentimes, that just anything that's different than that is just super, neat. Because like it's just such a cool world that you can go so many different directions with. They're like, that's why Detective Pikachu was cool, and that's why those other things are neat. So
Granted, I think for Detective Pikachu specifically, it would have been so much cooler if they started with the trainer.
Yeah.
I think the thing about the trainer's journey that feels like, especially in animation, that feels old is that it's usually centered around Ash. Like I think the trainer's journey can still be really varied and interesting, but it's just because it's always about Ash, and there's like,
and it's not about character growth. Oftentimes, it's about like,
it's the opposite,
expanding the Pokedex.
It's like we gotta reset him, because like if we don't, he'll be better than his new friends, and we don't want that. So he has to, his freaking level 9,000 Pikachu is gonna lose to a level 5 Snivy because plot.
Like and like he's just I don't remember what I was gonna say, but it's just it's tricky with that, because just plot is hard to make happen in that kind of a context. And it would be fun to see actual character growth from a character and those kinds of things that you just can't have with that. So neato. Pokemon Evolutions, good stuff. And similarly good but different, Nintendo announced Big Brain Academy, Brain versus Brain.
They did, which is weird because we didn't get, it looks like that's coming out here,
Brain Age,
but but we didn't get brain training. And I think that like the consensus on that was because there was like that lawsuit with Luminosity something. Where you're not allowed to market your thing as being able to make people smarter.
Interesting.
So after that, which again, this isn't like confirmed by Nintendo or anything like that, but the correlation is like, oh, well, these games stopped coming out here around then. And that was the whole, like conceit of brain training, brain age is like, yo, you'll get smarter if you play this game every day, so that was why everybody was like, oh, that's probably why we didn't get that here. But we're getting Big Brain Academy, so I guess they figured it out.
Must be a technicality of like terminology or something, like saying Big Brain Academy, Brain versus Brain, like something about that doesn't have the same marketing something, I guess. Weird. I mean, I could see that. I feel like we have a lot of laws that are that kind of a thing where like, I remember in one of my classes going over some cases that were that kind of thing where like some of them, it feels like they're very, very similar, but there was one that's pretty famous where like somebody did this stuff and it was like a Pepsi competition or something like that. And they were promised, if you get all these Pepsi points, then you'll get a toy Yoda. And they got all the Pepsi points and they got a toy Yoda, like from Star Wars. And they were really mad. And then they sued, and the lawyers were like, you got to give him a car. Like,
yo, what? Oh, they said, okay.
So they said like, we're going to give you a toy Yoda. And then, but then there was,
it was just audible. It wasn't like in writing,
I guess. I don't know. Maybe it was like, maybe it was a radio promotion or something like that. And it was never anywhere else. I don't know. But I get something like that. It sounds like, but then there was some other one that was like similar kind of a thing. And I don't remember what it was, but maybe that one wasn't Pepsi and that was something else. And this one was Pepsi. But if you had a certain amount of Pepsi points, then they said you would win a Harrier jet, but it was some like unreasonable amount of Pepsi, but like millions and millions compared to like normally a reasonable person just shouldn't be able to get that. And somebody like pooled all their friends and blah, 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 whatever. And they were like, give me the Harrier jet. And the courts were like, you're not getting a Harrier jet, you dummy. Like, obviously that was like obviously an exaggeration. And so, but it's funny because like, it's the same thing kind of, but a car is reasonable, a jet isn't. So all that said, cool that Big Brain Academy is coming.
That's an iCarly episode.
Like Jordan.
He freaking they told him that they want a new car, and then he, like they're like, we didn't like we got bamboozled by you, and then he was like, yo, you gotta give me a car, and then they like made him basically a go-kart, and it's like, yo, it fits the legal requirements of a new car, so it's a new car. Law's dumb. Yeah, every law is stupid.
Yep. What a time. All right, and then the last bit of news is the Nickelodeon thing. The game,
the key art for the video game leaked. So now we know that Korra and Aang are definitely in the game. We know Ren and Stimpy are in the game, and I think that's it. Those are the only new ones that we didn't know before.
In there, yep. I mean, I hope this is cool. It's something that I don't care much about. Like, I mean, I like a lot of Nickelodeon shows, but mostly for the shows themselves, and like, don't have a lot of iconography or anything like that tied to the characters. But like, if you like brawling and you like Nickelodeon stuff, then like, dope. Are you going to be playing it?
Game, I mean, the game looks like it could potentially be sick.
Yeah.
like because it's made by people that are like competitive Smash players.
Yeah.
And Nickelodeon is like talking about that they want to like invest in this game competitively, like having like huge prize pools and stuff like that.
Yep.
So it could be cool. I don't know. I don't know anything about like the mechanics. Like they're just starting to release like character move sets and like how their moves work, and it's not like I don't know what the attacks are. So, like, there's not like they're not gonna be like, this is a forward smash, like so like
I mean, how much do you think they could get away with just basically copying the kind of
they could absolutely get away with I mean, there's many games this developer specifically already made one called Slap City that is like a Smash clone. That's like a
and
whole
like Rivals of
genre
Ether is like
Rivals,
much the same.
Brawlhalla, freaking PlayStation All Stars.
Do you remember like right before Smash came out when what
there was a whole bunch of Switch, games.
Yeah, and they were like just trying to get it out before Smash did.
And they were like they emailed us, well, specifically me and Logan, because it was before you started, being like, yo, you guys like Smash, why don't you play this? And we're like, no, we like Smash, you idiot. You're not.
I do remember I picked up or a friend of mine did, and I played it on his profile, I guess. What was the one? It wasn't Brawlhalla, but it was in that same era. I think it was like
what is there's another one that I'm forgetting that like has Shovel Knight in it.
I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Brawl Out. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Okay, yeah, that's that.
Did that have Shovel Knight?
But I don't think that's the one with Shovel Knight.
That one didn't have Shovel Knight. Yeah.
But yeah, basically this game is like the closest thing that we're gonna get to Smash that's not Smash, because it's made by people that are fans of the game mechanically, and it's propped up by IP that people care about.
That's the thing that like who cares about a different looking animal or whatever in Brawl, the one I just said, Brawl Out,
and even stuff like putting Shovel Knight. I don't care about Shovel Knight that much. It would be cool if he was in the context of Smash. I care about that. But Shovel Knight is not big enough to prop up a game by himself.
Yeah, and I do wonder.
SpongeBob is. I
haven't played.
Like,
and like like put Hollow Knight in a game or something like that. Like that, it'd be neat. But I wonder with that, if Shovel Knight in those games, does he feel kind of like a good representation of Shovel Knight in those games?
He doesn't look like, at least the one that I saw. Like I think he's in multiple of those games. I think now that I think about it. Yeah. And one of them, he's like tall and brolic. And like off the rip, I already know. No, he does not. He will not feel how he should.
Because that's the thing that like Smash does well is it's like Banjo and Kazooie. Like they don't. It feels like some kind of good represenation of Banjo and Kazooie like in the context.
It's referential of the IP. Like you can map what their moves came from. It's like, oh, this is like this move is from that. They get this on level 2.
It's a bunch of Easter eggs. Like that's a very fun thing to like. And so it'll be funny to see that in the context too, of the Nickelodeon stuff of the Easter eggs that they pull from the shows instead of from games. Like, I don't know. We'll see what that is.
All I
Jimmy
know
Neutron in
is
here?
if Danny Phantom, Aang, and Korra aren't broken, this game sucks. Because like, how can you put them in the game and they not be broken compared to like SpongeBob? Like that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah. Is I don't. Who was I just saying? Oh my goodness, Jimmy Neutron. Is Jimmy Neutron in here?
No, and I don't think he will be because like
Well, I'm
Jimmy
missing
Neutron
out.
is like absolutely, if he's in the game, he's on the cover. Same thing with like
Yeah,
Timmy Turner, Fairly
yeah,
Odd
right.
Parents, like
Or they're like big DLC after the fact, or
yeah.
that kind of thing. But I generally agree, though. Yeah, they should put those in because honestly, those were probably two of my favorite Nickelodeon IPs. Was probably Fairly Odd Parents. I think is maybe number one, and Jimmy Neutron was up there too. And that's it from the news slash from Game Boy stuff. I mean, the other thing just being just that, like, I don't know, sounds like a direct's coming around, and that'll be a fun time. I actually won't be. I meant to mention this. I won't be on the podcast next week because I have to be at a rehearsal for a wedding that I'm playing in. So we'll have to figure that out. So if there's a direct next week specifically, then I won't get to talk about it on here. Sad times, but we'll talk about it afterwards when we should still talk about the games. All right, we talked about comments from your video, and now some comments on the video that mine / that we made together because that's how it happened.
It's true.
Indeed. First comment from Alec. Yeah. Great video, but there was a lot less Lizzie McGuire than I was led to believe. I legitimately. Oh, hey, Sardi. You're in the chat now. Hello.
It's true. I said Sardi. It said hi to Sardi.
Oh. I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. I very nearly, in like a tag scene kind of way, started to read Ashley's bit about Lizzie McGuire or whatever, and just like, and then decided not to because it would be, I don't know, time bloat that then would hurt retention time and stuff. And I was like, I wish YouTube stuff didn't matter, but like, it was just silly.
Rip, dude.
But imagine a world where we talked about Lizzie McGuire.
Imagine our channel being about Disney Channel instead. Imagine our channel to a T, but about Disney Channel. Like,
what a world it would be.
It'd be Jordan and Fringe. It'd be Jordan Fringe's channel.
I guess. Yeah. No, he's a fun guy. 7 said, all I want is Codename Steam port / sequel on Switch. Please, Daddy Nintendo and Mommy Intelligent Systems. I got straight A's and did all my chores. I'll even give up all of my allowance. Just this one thing. I know it's not a digital only game, but it's still small enough that you won't even notice. I'll take good care of it. I promise.
Yeah, sure.
I'm down. I don't know nearly enough about Codename Steam, but
I just know it has Abraham Lincoln in it.
Does it really?
Yes.
Abraham Lincoln. I'm looking that part up. Yeah. Okay. Sure enough. That's funny. I just wanted to see if you looked like just what he looked like. And yeah.
It's like a Gears of War game.
Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah. I mean,
I remember that when this game like leaked before E3 and they were like talking about it was like when it was like ARMS where it's like this is obviously a fake leak, like nobody's gonna make this game's stupid, and they made it.
Yeah, I don't know about it. I've just seen a little bits of pieces, but it looks cool.
It's the real turn. It's Fire Emblem, but with more agency.
Let's do it. I'm down. Oh yeah. Before the rest of the comments, did you have any thoughts on the topic and that kind of thing?
I mean, I'm down. I like those games. I want the Sakura's Samurai game. That game's cool. They should put that on Switch.
Nice.
I never played Dylan's Rolling Western game, but why not?
I don't even know quite. Do you know what the gameplay loop is?
What, of Dylan's Rolling Western? No, not even a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think maybe it's like kind of town defense type stuff, but I could be wrong about that. Where it's like, I don't know.
What, like a horde mode sort of situation?
Maybe, yeah. But I really don't. I just remember that very vague vibe from that was a sentence. from the like 2018 direct that talked about, man, what a time when directs were like half 3DS games and everybody was just mad about the 3DS
nasty
games.
yeah, but that's the thing, it's been like that since direct started, because like when direct started it was 3DS and Wii. It was like the end of Wii, and then it was 3DS and Wii U. So it's like you always go into a direct, especially if you had both, being like, I want this to be about this console because they haven't put out any new games for this one, and it would be completely about the other one. Good thing we don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice indeed. Yeah, I agree with what you said. YPCS said, I think they're releasing enough big games and third-party publishers and indies fill up the catalog. So there's no real need for smaller games. Stretchers was not that good in my opinion. Have to play a good job in the others though.
Yo, good job is sick. But also like I agree with this, but at the same time, like I think there's a lot of IP that were established with those games that they could turn around and make more stuff for. But again, I mean, Nintendo has this problem with their big franchises, so it's just like at this point they need to either stop making new IP or every time they make a new IP, acquire a new studio to make it. Like,
yeah, I mean, the realization I think that I had, that I was like, okay, that makes sense. What is the whole when there are two platforms, there would probably be more teams with downtime because there's more like split projects or whatever, where like Intelligent Systems is working on this game over here and this game over here, but they can't start on this one until these people finish up with this other thing, you know, that kind of thing. So that's probably why we got a lot of those kind of smaller games, was out of the having of those people. But like right now we don't have as many of those people development wise, just like everybody's just always working on something. It would be my just vague guess. But I do wonder if, yeah, like once it kind of starts settling down to where people are really used to HD development and that kind of stuff, like hopefully there'll be more of that where people are just able to, because I agree, like if you've got IP, you might as well do like the Pushmo games or whatever. Like that's just easy, you know. I'm sure it's not easy to make those games, but it's also comparatively not hard to make those games. You know? So like do it.
It's true. I mean, I guess for them at that point, it's like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
like even though this is less effort than the game that we're working on and that we're putting this manpower on, will it sell that much more for us to not just like put those resources towards the big thing, you know?
Yeah, I agree. It's tricky to know. Clockwork King said, I legitimately really wanted to play Dylan's Rolling Western or its sequels, but my 3DS needed a bigger memory card, and I never replaced it because a screw was stripped. My own fault. I strip every screw I touch. Now it feels pointless since the 3DS is basically dead, and I doubt Dylan will ever be referenced outside of Smash.
Rip.
I just thought that was funny. Hopefully you get to play Dylan one of these days.
One day I'll play Dylan's Rolling Western for 10 minutes, realize I don't like it, and never touch it again. But if my only option is 3DS, I'm not doing it. I refuse.
Google said
over there somewhere.
You gotta find it. You gotta finally play Ultra Moon.
I already played it.
Free game, man.
I played it.
Google said, yeah, it's definitely a mix of developing for the 3DS is easier, and the fact that Nintendo doesn't need to push so many games since the Switch is getting tons of third-party support. So there's already plenty to play. I'd actually rather they take these original and unique ideas, found their small games and make them mechanics in bigger games. Makes their games more unique, and as a consumer, I'd rather spend the least amount of money for the most amount of content. So
yeah, that's true. That's another part of it for sure. Because I mean, that's what Nintendo generally does. Like especially like their younger developers have to fight them to not do that. Like Splatoon was almost a Mario game, but they're like, no, we want to make our own thing. And luckily for Nintendo, they did.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. I mean, so I think, it'll just be interesting to see out of this what amount of the like, Nintendo published indie games happen, even if it's not first party stuff, but just like Good Job and Stretchers and whatever. Like, does that stay kind of big, or like, do they feel the need to do it at all? Like for them, is it that they just are like, we want to be able to say on our catalog in our investors briefing that we have this kind of game also in this thing, and so for that reason we're publishing it? Because like the game's probably going to come anyway. It just won't be as marketed as if it's a Nintendo published game. So like, what's the biggest benefit to them? Is it getting some of the money? Probably not. Is it the investors briefing part? Maybe. I don't know. If you have any thoughts, let me know.
I don't know. I think it's more stuff that they get to put their stamp of approval on in a big way. And I think that that's valuable to Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, because they get to do the first party like highlight reel, and that being 2 minutes longer than it would have been otherwise is a good thing.
Yeah.
Look at how many great games we got, more than you. Like,
yeah, I mean, and I guess some of those also can become first party IPs if they want them to at some point too, where like Astral Chain, I wonder, because it's 100% Nintendo owns now. I wonder if it was always the intention that it would be, or if it was like they would get to decide after the fact or something like that. Because it almost seems, as far as how we got the information, we didn't find out till considerably later that it was 100% a Nintendo IP.
Maybe they traded. Yeah. Maybe when they were trying to get Wonderful 101, Nintendo was like, all right, give us Astral Chain. And they're like, all right, bet.
Yeah, honestly. So yeah, what a time. That's it from our comments from the videos. And Alec posted Lizzie McGuire in the chat. I love it. All right, and now on to Q&A, the last segment. Let me make sure we don't have any last minute ones that have come in since we started talking. Indeed. So we're going to check that real quick. I think there were some other ones that I would have missed. So which ones they are. I'll just go through these, and whichever one seems like it wasn't there, we'll do that one.
Okay.
Oh, I found it. It's this one. I could have told because it said 5 minutes ago. Okay, so yeah, YouTube community, I did a poll and just asked if there would be games that you'd be excited to play on the Game Boy at all. Because like, maybe not,
I wouldn't blame people if it was none at all.
Yeah, I'm
same.
Yeah. There's definitely more than more than just Pokemon. I mean, you mentioned too Oracle of Ages and Seasons. Yeah. So like those for sure. Several of the Pokemon games. Mario Land 2, I'd like to try. Some of the Donkey Kong Land games would be fun. Wario Land, similarly. Mario Tennis would just be fun to play again. So like there's definitely some games, but pretty much it's just the like name brand games, and there's
name brand games is crazy.
None of those Kroger brand games.
Yep.
So yeah,
here's brand game is wild.
Going through the comments, Trevor said, I'd mob through all the Pokemon games immediately. I know AJ said Pokemon Company won't allow it, but a person can dream.
You're not wrong, but prep yourself for disappointment. Or excitement. Who knows? It is the 25th anniversary. So like, there's no way I would be shocked if they put them on this service, but I could see them in, if they're feeling particularly generous, because even this is, I think, a long shot now anyway, maybe it'd be a 30th anniversary push for them to put it on the eShop. Like, something big has to happen for them to do that. And if they're not doing it this year, I can't see them doing it anymore.
Yeah. I mean, the only counter argument would be that because they did it on the 3DS, that it's like, this is now one.
Yeah, but even on the 3DS, that was for their 20th anniversary.
Right. But like that's, now they do it for their 25th or something like that. And they want to go ahead and like have a continuation of like, the Gen 1 and Gen 2 are already available so they can like sell later ones or something like that. But yeah, that's the only counter argument I've caught, and I don't feel particularly strongly about that.
Yeah, I think it's possible. I just don't think that they would do it at a time like just because they're like that's not enough of a reason for that. Like to be like we did it before. I think that it's like we did this before, so we feel better about it, but we still want to wait until it's 30 or like the Japanese 25th, like or like the American 25th anniversary or whatever.
I mean, or to end the 25th anniversary, like we're going out with a bang. Here's the last thing, which a funny
even
bang,
though Arceus is kind of that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, funny stuff. Lily Young said, I don't have any GBA games I want to play in particular, but GBA would be a nice addition to NSO. I've got a GBA game you want to play in particular.
That's how
Golden Sun.
Oh my god.
It's the game. It's the only one that matters. It's not entirely true, but it's not entirely wrong either. No, there's we'll talk about other ones when we talk about other ones, but not right now.
Alex said I walked into that. I was again, this was another moment where I was like not even considering the possibility. Like it was very obvious, but I was not even thinking about that.
Too late.
Maybe that just makes it clear how little the game matters to me. So that it was
so
like
far,
that far.
100%.
Oh, so far you think I'm about to be the biggest Golden Sun fan?
Absolutely.
I own this game on the Wii U, and I didn't care on there either.
Did you play it? Did you like start it up at all, or you just bought it?
I played like the first 20 minutes, and I was like,
yeah, missing out sometimes. Common Gamer said, Dragon Quest monsters. One of them has monsters with legit tens of thousands of combinations.
Yo, I got bad news for you.
I don't even know what that means.
We canceled that. It's not happening now.
Yep. Yeah, it's our fault, honestly.
It's our fault. Nintendo, they're referencing this for the list, dude.
So is Dragon Quest Monsters just like the Pokemon of Dragon Quest? Maybe?
What? Is it like the Pokemon of Dragon Quest just Dragon Quest?
Well, in that like you can because it has monsters in the title, you can catch them maybe?
Yo, are there monsties in Dragon Quest monsters?
Dragon Quest monsters.
Next week podcast, just a AJ point by point review of Golden Sun.
Yeah. So Dragon Quest Monsters is a spin-off of Dragon Quest games published by Square Enix. It sets the player in a medieval fantasy world with magic, monsters, and knights. Unlike the original Dragon Quest games, the player's character does not do any of the fighting and battles. Instead, the player has to rely on capturing, breeding, and raising monsters to do the fighting for them.
Gotcha.
So
they did Pokemon Legends Arceus, but backwards.
Yeah.
The first Dragon Quest game was Legends Arceus for them.
And then they were like, you know what? Pokemon. So maybe it does come, and maybe they're like, you wanted Pokemon? Here's not
they
that.
They did it before Pokemon, says Alec.
Oh, Alec, you have rung truth into the world. Oh, wow. That was, yeah. What year is this?
What year did it happen?
Dragon Quest V, 1992. But what year was this game? Dragon Warrior Monsters, 1998. I don't know. Is that?
No, that's not.
That's not before Pokemon game.
That's not even before Pokemon in Japan.
Yeah. Alec, you lied.
I mean, here.
Or I'm misunderstanding.
Well, I don't know. Like date wise, I don't know what date it came out, but here it came out in 1998. Pokemon did in Japan in 1996 for Pokemon. How dare you lie to us, Alec?
Alec, I had faith in you. I had trust in you. And I still do.
Well,
but
I guess we got to strip his RPG fandom away from him.
Like he said, no, but the mainline Dragon Quest games, it was first, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Well, could you also capture some in the mainline games as well, maybe? I don't know. I mean, definitely like the turn-based mechanic, that kind of, all that stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. Falcon Morris said, we're doing it on Thursday now? ?
Doing what on Thursday?
Thursday. It's Friday, bro.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
You need to get a calendar or some sleep. Probably some sleep. That's
probably sleep.
That's really funny. Bai said GBA, yes. Regular Game Boy, nah.
I'm with you, dude.
Valid, honestly,
Yeah, that's the correct response, honestly.
I mean, for that to note, the ratio was 87% said there were Game Boy games they'd be excited to play, and 13% said no. So like, people are definitely excited, but I do wonder how many of those people are thinking specifically Pokemon. But I mean, there's probably, I'm sure most people have just one or two that's like, oh, it'd be fun to play. I mean, again, honestly, Oracle of Seasons and Ages, for a lot of people who are like now into Zelda, would be like, that'd be interesting to try out.
That's the thing though, like I feel like with this question, unless you like went above and beyond, like that's off the top of your head stuff. And I don't feel like that many people off the top of their head, unless they already played them, it's like, I want to play the Oracle games.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's something that they're like, what Game Boy games would I want to play? And then you Google it and you're like, oh, I heard a lot of stuff about that. That's cool, blah, blah. I want to play that,
It's got to be bloated now as compared to a month ago, even because now, like, there's a good chance that, everybody is talking about, everybody in quotation marks, but like, other channels are also talking about Game Boy games coming to the Switch and stuff. So probably a lot of those people are saying like games like this and like this and like this other one. So probably like more than regular, there's games that they're like, oh yeah,
this game does exist.
I bet for sure if we'd asked a month ago, that for a lot of people, reasonably so, it would be like, probably not, because it's more like, it feels more like hidden gems as far as like the actually like good, play them for a long time kinds of games.
Yeah. Also, Game Boy feels kind of like NES.
Yeah, right. No, 100%. Like, and there's definitely some good NES games, but they're few and far between, in my opinion. Yeah. Last one from YouTube community. Rocky D12 said, only Pokemon, to be honest. Nintendo is too slow. Virtual Console was way better.
Virtual Console was also slow, to be fair, but
true. And like, I mean, I get that, in that there were more options at various points or whatever, and especially by the end of it, but like, hey, we're not at the end of it yet. And I'd rather be able to just dip my toes in and try a game for like 20 minutes and be like, nope.
Because that's what you're going to do anyway. Yes. Like, at least this time, it didn't cost you $7 to be like, I might try this.
Like I don't want to add some of these games, because right now, technically, either all of or none of Nintendo Switch Online is in my backlog, quote unquote. But if I spent money on any of these games, they would be in my backlog, like just legitimately. And I don't really want that. Like, I prefer feeling like Super
no
Metroid
obligation, but like it's a net positive. It's like, if I want to play it, great. If I don't, great, because it doesn't matter. I didn't pay for it. Like, yeah,
exactly. So yeah, that stuff. Twitter comments or questions, unless I missed one. Let me check last minute. Nope, we're good. Poofy Rain asked last week, but we missed it in time. Said, will next year be a slower year for Nintendo, or if the next Nintendo Direct come out in September, be another full year?
Slower year relative to this year or last year? Would you like? Are you saying like? Because next year is looking more stacked than most of the years.
Yeah.
Already. Like, even if they announce nothing, next year is already insane.
Yeah. That's how I feel too.
So like, yeah, I think unless there's mad delays, it's gonna be a pretty stacked year, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's because I feel like we know about 3 games that are like big games.
We know Legends Arceus,
Splatoon
3, and we know Breath of the Wild. Yeah.
And Project Triangle Strategy as well, of course. Sure. But like, so I think there is an element to where like the B tier games or C tier games do help for sure in making years feel more full or whatever. But like, essentially the like best years is because of the tentpole releases, not because of, the
one or
C tier
two
ones.
Like, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like, I hope that we'll eventually have found out more about those in between games, but like, I also, like, in general, don't care quite as much. Like, that's not what's going to make the year better. So,
plus the freaking Mario plus Rabbids.
Oh yeah,
That's also in 2022.
And then like, question marks like Bayonetta 3 or something like that. But that game's never actually going to have. I'm thinking Game
same thing
Awards
for
is maybe
Metroid
when we hear
Prime
about
4.
that
That
game.
game's not coming out next year either. That's
No.
2023.
Yep.
I can see it being 20.
2027.
I think I've been saying 2023 the whole time.
You've been saying 2023 for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I willed it into existence. I'm sorry, everybody.
Yep. All right. And then Bianca Wicks said, what animals do you think the Gen 9 starters will be based on, especially the fire starter? Do you subscribe to the Chinese zodiac theory, or is it just a coincidence?
I think there's no way it's a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2, maybe even 3 or 4 times it's a coincidence, but we're on 8 times. We're 8 times in, and all of them align to the Chinese zodiac. So I think that is like a for sure thing. So wait, which ones have we already done?
So we've done dragon, monkey, rooster, dog, pig, rat, tiger, and have we done snake?
No, I said snake because that's what I think.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. And rabbit. So we haven't done ox, snake, horse, sheep. That's it. That's the ones we haven't done.
Snake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Snake, and then
I think we could just go back to the goat thing.
Yeah, all goats.
That was a fun episode.
Pokemon. Wait, what? So like the water starters, they don't really have a theme other than that they're usually amphibious.
Yeah, right.
Amphibious.
I guess not always, because like Piplup or whatever, but a bunch of them.
I mean, sure. Piplup is kind of like in that category where it's like,
yeah, right, amphibious, but not an amphibian. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Like water and land. Yeah, I mean that's true. I can't imagine
can swim
having a water
and
starter.
Can also walk.
Yes. Yeah, I can't imagine having just like a fish.
Yeah.
Starter, because like, what's it going to do on land? Just like hop around, or float. Like
it's going to be Magikarp. You're going to get a starter that is Magikarp.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I mean, I could see like, I don't know, water and flying or something. No, because that against grass, that would kind of maybe break that, unless they did.
I mean, they've done that before. They've had type triangles that clip, like that gave the like disadvantage or hard advantage to a specific Pokemon. Like Infernape is broken. Like in terms of like because he can like
fire
just
and fighting, right?
Yeah, firefighting against water steel.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
Also, matter of fact, both of them, like Empoleon is like the worst one in terms of like that triangle.
Yeah. That's sad because I like Empoleon.
Same.
I'm gonna say
Granted, he's not bad. Like water steel is a good typing, but just relative to the
to the other starters. Which
bad.
I mean, like, how often specifically are you going up against?
You're battling
the other starters.
Yeah, exactly.
Every once in a while, for sure, it happens because that's part of the thing. But it's I'm saying sheep for no good reason.
Sheep for the water type?
No, for the fire type.
Oh, I was about to say what?
For the water type.
Water type. I think the water type is going to be a crab.
Animal that swims. That's not a fish.
That's not a fish.
I'm gonna say an
flamingo.
Oh wait, no, we already have.
But
do we have an otter? Is Oshawott kind of?
Yep.
Yeah, we do. Okay,
we do.
Water.
There's the freaking fan art of the platypus, but no.
Yeah, right. So those. Yeah.
I'm looking up amphibians.
I do think it's always just
water type's also going to be a snake.
Oh no, here it goes. And then just another grass snake, just because it's like it's called like Snivy, just some extra S's at the beginning, or Snovy or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say a duck. I'm gonna say a duck.
I'm down for a duck.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And then its final evolution.
A swan.
Maybe
They already did that. They already did it.
Yeah, ducklet and yeah. Yeah, what's like a
axolotl? They did
or
that. That's
it becomes a
Mudkip.
platypus down the road. Like it evolves from being a well, no, I think I like the water flying thing. So I'm gonna say a duck, and then it just becomes, I don't know, a jacked duck. Like,
A jacked duck.
Yeah. And then
But cool, not doofy. Oh, I'm telling Ian. But I'm with it though. Yo,
yeah.
shiny Mudkip does look like one of them things.
Shiny Mudkip looks like one of what things?
What he is, the animal. I don't know how to say it.
Oh, I don't know what it is actually.
It's in the chat.
An axolotl?
Yeah, it's that.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that was a real animal.
Yo, it's Mudkip.
Axolotl. I'm gonna look it up. Oh yeah, it's weird looking thing.
So is Mudkip.
I mean, you're not wrong. It really does look doofy. Love it. All right. All right. And lastly, what do you think for grass?
Probably a snake. A goat.
Is a goat? It's got to be a goat.
They already did a grass goat though.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I almost was like, have they ever done a grass monkey?
No.
That's the thing. Like, they've done so many things that's just like,
I mean, there's so many things that they could do, but it's less about like being like they never did this before, but they should do that. It's like they never did this before and they probably would do this, so they should do that. You know, like that's the part, like that's the layer that I can't get past, where it's like they could do like exactly like a grass raccoon, but would they? Like,
yeah. I mean, I guess the other thought is like, is it going to be based on the region? And if so, is that region India?
Then we got to know like what the region is.
And like, I don't know what, animals in India, like what's the majority: tiger, elephant, leopard, Bengal tiger.
They already see that they messed up. They messed up because they already did tiger for the fire type. They
could do like a grass leopard though. I don't know, get it. Yeah. Grass leopard. And let's do a backwards thing of backwards triangle of like flying.
I mean, they could make the water type an elephant, but
that's true. Oh, they really could. I like that. Or a hippo. And that hippos aren't in India.
In India, but they could do it if they wanted.
They could. A red panda. They're all red pandas. Red pandas are really cute. We have one at the Nashville Zoo, which is fun. All right, that's
one. He's lonely. That's my
I think maybe we have two. There's an enclosure where red panda exists. I imagine there's maybe two.
Wait,
but it's been a while.
India has one hippo.
Just one hippo.
History of India's last known hippo.
Oh no.
That's going to be the fossil Pokemon. It's going to be the hippo.
There you go. Honestly, it would be super cool to have India be a region, just because that feels like just super different, like from everything else that we've had. And like the UK was different, but it wasn't a different that it wasn't a different that I cared very much about.
Yeah, like, no, it's not super, because they did France and it's not that different from France.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure I've said this, but my grandparents were in the UK for like 21 years or whatever. So I visited them a good bit over. I mean, when I was in France, it was just easier to visit back and forth. So like, I don't know. Yeah. Fairly familiar with the UK and stuff, to where it just like didn't feel super adventurous or whatever.
Europe is Europe. It's Europe, dude. Like,
and like we've seen so much media from Europe, and like there's plenty of media from India for sure, but it's a lot of it's like Bollywood kinds of direction of things that are things I don't already watch. So yeah, it would be just fun.
That's true. Alex said,
Yeah.
okay, but we need an American region that isn't just New York with spontaneously a desert. That's true. Unova is just New York.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that said, thinking of the like Kanto and stuff like that, it's Japan, but like it's like one region of Japan
3.5 times.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's crazy. So like, yeah, will there ever be like a full America that's like the Grand Canyon and the blah blah blah? Like probably not, but yeah.
Yep.
US is just harder because it's like it's so big.
It's too big.
Yeah. Other places can have microcosms and you just can't in the States. Mexico would be
the
cool.
fact that they made a whole game about one state proves that, and not even a big state. Like New York is one of the smaller ones in terms of like landmass.
Yeah, it's true. All right, and then lastly from
whatever
Discord,
you do, just don't do Texas. Texas is voted off the island, dude. Texas is
I'm sad because Cowboy.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of viewers in Texas. A lot. I learned that from Twitch. But y'all should know better than anybody.
Sorry, he said was about to say Texas is a whole region.
True, but yeah, no, Texas not doing great. And I was going to say recently, but Texas of all states that be messing up. Texas top 5 free.
I don't really keep track of many other states in general, so.
But that's the thing. You don't even have to keep track.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
They make big news because they're always doing something terrible. Like,
yeah. Alex said California would be the easiest to do with natural variation. That's true. Yeah, California is like super different. I feel like. Yep. Whereas like, a lot of other states feel like more or less, similar-ish, or like there's probably 2 or 3 different things, and California's got like 100.
Yeah.
Maybe not literally 100, but like, like 6 maybe, which that's plenty for a game.
6 is basically 100.
6 is 100, all right, last question. This is for Discord. Rock and Val asked, are you guys excited for Dying Light 2? Me personally, I can't wait. Also, Adventure Story from the creators of Golf Story is delayed, so I'm curious if you guys think we will see it this year or early next year.
What is Sports Story? I was about to say, what is Adventure Story? No, I don't care about Dying Light at all, because zombies, I don't care. I'm over it. You guys did this enough. Move on to something else. But I'm down for a Sports Story. I want that game.
Yep. I mean, I'm glad that they're doing the delay for the reasons that they're doing it.
Yeah, like finish the game.
Yeah, it seems like anytime a developer's like, "Hey, sorry, the game's not coming out yet because we just had too many ideas, and we want to do those ideas," like that's gonna be good. Not 100% of the time. Like they could just be bad at their jobs, but like after Golf Story and them doing that very well, like I've got faith in it. So. As far as Dying Light 2, not only do I not care about zombies, but I don't care about shooters at all. So I'm very happy that they're going to be there for you, Rock and Val. That's true. Great. For me,
don't care.
Not care less.
Yeah.
And those are two very different things that I'm happy to live in conjunction with each other. So. Yep.
We doing what if or no?
Yeah, so that's it for all those bits. I watched last week's what if. I haven't watched this week's what if.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. How did you think this one compared?
It's significantly better. It's
okay. Nice. Then I'll have to watch it.
Probably better than the second episode.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I'm down.
It's cool.
Also, Shang Chi comes out today, and I want to watch it.
I'm not seeing that anytime soon. No.
Theaters and stuff. Yeah, that's just also with Ezra. That just we wanted to go. It's at the drive-in, so we could go to the drive-in. But even it's just a whole movie is a lot of a commitment with a baby to know. If something's wrong, like the drive-in's 30 minutes away, and like coming back to a place, like if we were at her parents' house or something like that, and that's 45 minutes away, that's fine. We're at a location,
right.
Coming back home isn't as important, but it's just harder to know that. So in any case, we'd like to see Shang-Chi, but probably gonna have to wait. It's just gonna get spoiled, and that's so annoying.
It's just it's going to get spoiled for me, and I resigned myself to not caring.
Yeah.
Like, because Shang-Chi was already like something I didn't really know about, and I like whatever. Like, I was only going to watch it because it's attached to everything else. So I'm not super mad about not being able to watch it right away, but like whenever it comes to Disney Plus or whatever, that's probably when I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. I mean, I also didn't know anything about it at all. I just think it looks cool, you know, as far as like, again, like it being a different culture kind of thing. Like it's one we've seen more than some other ones, but not within the Marvel context. And like, it's just going to be, you know, very neat and feels like it'll be just a fun time with a different vibe than other times. I'm really just worried is a strong word, but like perturbed that I'm going to be seeing spoilers. Like already people have put out videos like last night that's like the ending explained, and like
immediately
hopefully they're good with, I don't know, I just hope that they're just good with their thumbnails to at least not fully spoil it, but like tease things and blah blah, you know. But I don't know that they'll be able to do that all the way until however long. Like I think it's just 45 days till it comes on Disney Plus, but still
I think that's what the window is, but I don't know if they're going to like stick to that, you know.
I know. Yeah.
Like if it's going to be like on the 46th day, they're going to be like, here it is. Here's the movie. Or if they're going to be like, wait it out, you know, promote it a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, especially because like if they do that and then they say that again in the future, it's kind of like that's their then no one's ever going to watch things in theaters anymore, because people are going to be like, I can just wait 45 days. And then not nobody, but like more people, if it ends up being a lot,
it's kind of like
putting
like making eShop games cheaper than they are at retail. It's like in theory we could do that and it would still like not affect our bottom line, but it would affect the brick and mortar stores bottom line, and that will affect our bottom line because they'll try to retaliate. So it's like that sort of situation where it's like we don't want them to retaliate. And this specifically I feel like it's like because of the backlash from, you know, like the ScarJo situation and all that stuff. Right. And they don't want that to happen again.
Yep. Yeah. So Alex said the ending explains there will be more Marvel movies and more Shang-Chi movies.
Yo, facts.
Perfect. That's all I wanted.
I knew that before I watched the movie.
I saw I don't remember what I was looking up about it, but some article that was complaining about Shang-Chi ahead of time, like a couple of weeks ago. And it was mad. And then I realized pretty quickly that it was the same people that hate Captain Marvel because she's SJW trash.
Oh no.
Like, explaining why like they're never going to stick to this because blah, blah, blah. And nobody's going to watch Shang-Chi because and then it just went through and tried to explain why all Marvel is trying to do in all of their movies from now on out is just trying to be woke, and that's it. And it listed every single movie and was like, here's the thing that's woke about it.
They're trying to be woke because it's not just about being a white man.
Yeah. I was like,
too woke.
Oh my goodness. Please. It was
he's a character from the 70s.
Yeah. I think
Marvel was too woke in the 70s, dude.
Yeah. There was a guy, I saw a Twitter comment on the trailer or something like that. That was a dude that was like, I read this comic back in the 80s, and it was like the Shang-Chi where he looked pretty racist. And it was like, and this was like great. And I was like, dude,
oh no,
he's on the big screen now. Like, that's awesome. And it's great. And it's not being racist against him. So like
which is the bad, that's why he's upset. Do you not understand his plight?
What a tricky thing.
I had validation in my racism and now I have less of that. I am upset.
Yeah. Ooh. Alex said his OG origin story is not okay. I don't even know what it is. That's
I'm not surprised it's not okay.
Yeah. I think it looks dope. I like the vibe of it. Looks cool. So
there's rings, it's a Sonic sequel.
Yeah. But I did watch last week's What If and generally thought it was.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. Well, I talked about it vaguely.
You did,
but yeah, we could talk about that. Yeah.
I thought it was better than the first one. I thought it was somewhere between the first two, where like it felt different enough. Instead, like the first episode just straight up felt like
The
I
same
don't
thing
know.
was slightly different.
Yeah, exactly. Like the same roadmap, but some of the bumps were tweaked or whatever. Like they took, this turn, or they took the left lane instead of the right lane, kind of a thing. Whereas this felt like same setup, but different outcomes. Because
My problem with it was like there was no outcome. Like the outcome was the title. Like
yeah,
it was, what if the Avengers died? And that was the whole plot. The Avengers died. But nothing happened if they died. They just died.
Yep.
Like,
then we just got different Avengers in the end. Honestly, it feels like it's like if the Avengers died right away, then we just would get the Avengers that we're going to be getting in the next couple of years from Phase 4 anyway. And that's it.
Yeah. And that to me like made me like it less than the second episode, but yeah, like because the first episode's a low bar. Like that wasn't hard to get past IMO. Yeah, just got the inciting incident, and that's stupid. Like, what is the point of naming it what is?
Has nothing to do with it, and I love it. Pizza Hut gave me stuffed crust pizza instead of pan pizza, and truly, I'm with you.
Yo, that's wild.
But it had nothing to continue. Yes.
Yeah,
inciting incident instead of the what if. Yeah.
Which I feel like it was cool because it was like a different thing, I guess. But I just felt like they wasted the potential of the show on that episode.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm still having a hard time trying to gel with the art style too. Like it just something about it just feels off, and I don't really know what it is. And maybe not the art style, more like the animation or something. And like the voice actors, maybe, I mean, the actors, maybe because they're not as used to voice acting, feel kind of stilted and stiff.
Yeah. And there's also a lot of times when they're just straight up not the actual actor.
Yep. It's like half and half. Like every time I'm like, is that? Yeah, that's Mark Ruffalo. Okay.
Yeah. Because like even if the thing is like you're kind of SOL either way, because either they are the actual actor, but they're not like used to voice acting, so it's weird, or they're used to voice acting, but they're not the actual actor, so it's weird. You know, like
which I think that's a good point. The ones that are doing a better job are ironically the ones that aren't the actual stand-in people,
or the people that are like in the middle where they have done voice work and they're also the actual actor.
Yeah, so it's, but I mean, I'm excited to watch the next one. Then we almost watched it the other day and then we just didn't, but we did watch. We started a show on Hulu called Only Murders in the Building with Steve Martin and Martin Short, who people will remember from various things, and Selena Gomez, which just like is a funny pairing of people, but it's a murder mystery sort of thing. I mean, this is just the setup. I'm not going to spoil anything, whatever. It's a murder mystery. The three of them live in the same building and murder mystery kinds of things happen. And I think the first 3 episodes are already out, and it's good. It's very fun. And we're quite intrigued. So if anybody's into murder mystery stuff,
if anybody's into murder,
enjoy it. Yeah, Alec, it's worth the watch. If you say if anybody's into murder, then then this, you can enjoy this instead of actual murder. There you go.
True.
What an opportunity for you.
Escapism, dude.
Yeah. Man. Well, that's about it. I think pretty
sure that's it.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. Rate on podcast services. Tell your friends about the podcast. What came first, the apple or the orange? Goodbye. You gonna